how they talk. They grunt.
Hey guys, Coach Mike and Coach Cam. Today's topic is something you guys have been asking a lot about, and that's mental toughness. This is something that everybody, at every level of the game, in fact, all throughout our lives, we deal with. And it's something that we want to give you some great tips on from our experiences growing up, playing the game, and also from our most recent research that we're doing on mental toughness. So Cam, this is something that everybody deals with, is how to stay focused, how to stay mentally tough when things are kind of falling apart sometimes.
Right.
Do you have any tips that you give these guys?
I have a couple. So the first one I would say is, it might be a little counterintuitive, but I would recommend actually being thankful for every hard experience or every challenge you come across, because ultimately you're going to deal with stuff harder in your life than that moment, most likely. And that means that moment is training you and preparing you for the next hard event or the next important moment when you have to test your strength and your willpower.
Yeah, so being thankful will let you kind of relax,
right,
and not put too much stress on yourself.
Well. When you're grateful, I mean, the research behind it is when you're grateful, you can relax and feel better about how things are, rather than constantly worrying that things are so difficult.
Let me bring this home for you guys, and that is our law. We have 5 laws of player development. Law number 5 is I am grateful. I am grateful. So that's a great one, Cam.
Yeah.
You said you had a second one.
Yeah, the second one I would say is fitness. This one's probably, it makes more sense just thinking about it, but when I would have tough games, when I was fatigued, or when we were playing a team that was better than us, or maybe I was playing against a defender specifically that was really good, the thing that I fell back on was all the hours I spent running with and without the ball, really just pounding myself into the ground. Because the harder you work off the field, the easier every game will be on the field, and the more fun you'll have, because when you're fit, your mind can stay focused even as your body tires.
Yeah, that's a great segue to what one of mine is, and that is to become as good as you possibly can be. And all of our training is set up to focus on fewer skills very deeply so you master them. And here's what I have always believed, that competence, which is a skill, how good you are at a skill, leads to confidence. Confidence leads to mental toughness. In my opinion, if you are more confident, you are much more mentally tough. If you're good, you're feeling great about yourself, you're confident in what you're doing, it's harder to knock you off your, how you're feeling. Is that fair?
I would say especially a combination of confidence and grit. And I'd say, because grit means you're sticking with it. Because if you believe you're good, but the first setback knocks you down and you no longer believe you're good, then that's a problem. That's where the grit comes in.
Yeah.
And they play off each other, because if you don't believe in yourself at all, you'll never be gritty. And if you don't have any grit, you'll never get to improve your confidence, because you'll never try anything hard.
This reminds me, who's the player that played at Carolina, who's a friend of Brant's, that went to Chicago Fire before Brant?
Jonathan Campbell.
Jonathan Campbell. So he's a great player. He's trained with us in our Trick Factory, guys. You look him up. He went to Chicago Fire before Brant Bronico. Went to Carolina, played there, and just an absolutely spectacular defender. He would say his way of staying mentally tough, staying in the game, was when he made a mistake. He was a center back. So when center backs make mistakes, they can cost a game, they can cost a championship, they can cost a whole season. He said, demand the ball, connect the pass. So right after he made a mistake, the next chance he had to demand the ball, he would demand the ball and he would connect the pass. That would get him right back into his game. That's a mentally tough tip for you guys, trick that really works. What else? Anything else you can think of? Because I got another one.
How about you go?
Mine would be, so in the same way of becoming technically good to becoming as competent as you can be, there are some players out there that don't like to compete against yourself. You don't like to measure yourself because you feel it's too stressful. And I've heard this from parents as well. Becoming a master at competing against yourself, putting pressure on yourself when you are developing, is actually a very good trait, a very good path to becoming mentally tough. Right. Because what better way to learn to become mentally tough than first by yourself? Do it by measuring yourself. Okay, I got a 10, now I'm trying to get 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. I got 11. Now I'm going to go for a 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. I keep failing, and then I keep going, and then I finally get it. Some people, they shy away from competitiveness in a large group but you can learn. The first step of learning to really be a fierce competitor is to compete really fiercely with yourself. And if you can master that, that will help you then translate it to a larger group and then stay in it, because you've done it. You've done it so many times.
Right.
You've competed with yourself. You've done it with so many times. Then maybe you apply it to 1v1s, then maybe you apply it to 4v4s, then maybe you apply it to a full game. That's a great path to becoming mentally tough, is to start with you, just one person at a time.
Yeah, going off of that, I would say that if you're concerned during a practice or a game that something's a bit uncomfortable, whether it's a conditioning or lifting or competing with yourself or competing with others, if something's uncomfortable, it means you're getting better. Yeah. Everything about our training, everything about improvement in general, no matter what it is, if you're not a little bit uncomfortable, at least you're not getting better.
Yeah.
And that's just the way of the road, because once you push yourself outside your comfort zone, you expand that comfort zone, and then you have to push again. So if you're in your training and you're not a little bit uncomfortable, you're not working hard enough, or you're not going hard enough. So really reward yourself in your mind. Think, this is great. I'm making mistakes. I'm a bit uncomfortable. This is hard. That's a really good thing.
Let me give you one more point. It's a great one, Cam. One more point I'll give you is look up Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink. He's a Navy SEAL, and he's a master at mental toughness. And he will say, if he was sitting here with you guys, when you're getting critical feedback from a coach, you're getting orange X's, red X's, you're getting a black X in our training. You're getting all this feedback from us that says, okay, you didn't do it right. We want you to change it and do it this way. And you constantly get that. What he would say to you right here is he would say, okay, you're failing. That's great. Okay, you've missed it several times in a row. That's great. Now let's get to work.
But I do think that you have to discipline yourself, and you have to get outside your comfort zone, and you have to push yourself beyond what you thought you could ever do.
If you have that mindset is a mental toughness mindset. I think that's a great way to end on it.
Right, yeah, I agree.
Guys, if you have any other questions on this, send them to us. Email us back. We'll have as many of these kind of two-on-many sessions as we possibly can, but we want to first show you where we are, because it's really a cool place. Come on, Cam, walk with me. So check this out, guys. We are on a canal in Florida. Here's the pool, and we're actually heading home tomorrow. There are dolphins, usually at this time of day, which is almost 5 o'clock, there are dolphins and manatees that come up here. We haven't seen them yet, but they say to keep an eye out for them. Really a cool, beautiful place. Here goes Cammie out there. Isn't this great? What a really nice place this was.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Watch out for the alligators, though.
I know. Well, yeah, they said alligators too. So, Tam, talk to him about Simon and the alligators. You've been worried about keeping them outside.
Yeah, Simon's only 15 pounds, so he's perfect, like a perfect snack for any alligators. I got to hold an alligator yesterday.
Oh, that is
so
cool. Hey, guys, I at the end of this video, which you're going to see right now, is I'm going to share that clip with you guys next on what it's like. Cameron, what is it like to hold an alligator in your lap?
This?
If you sit cross-legged, you'll put your
Make sure like you strap there.
she'll enjoy your body heat. Oh, I do this with this guy.
You can't let it go, buddy, because it'll probably take off, right? It's probably fast.
Put your finger in front of the snout.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
What did it do? It was making a noise.
That's all they know.
Yeah. To be fair, though, she was, her name suited her well. Her name's Sweetie.
Yeah.
So she was wonderful. I was surprised.
Yeah. So, hey, guys, send questions in anytime. We want to help you guys every chance we get. And just remember, mental toughness is not only something that comes over a long period of time, but it's a choice you get to make. And we've given you several tips and tricks on how to get it done.